marijuana. But I mean, that's a whole nother can of worms to you, Brad Lamb. I mean, didn't they catch Heidi Montag and Spencer Pratt, the reality stars, claiming they were ill and needed medicinal marijuana? They're photographed going in and getting medicinal marijuana.
Yeah, I know lots of people that are dying from addiction that have medicinal marijuana cards. All you have to do is sort of have a pulse and walk in and get a medicinal marijuana card.
But you know what? I'm not going to go off on a tangent because I'm not talking about medicinal marijuana. That's for doctors, MDs to figure out. You know, I want to go back to 2Chainz, renowned rapper, renowned musician, graduated 4.0 after getting a scholarship in basketball. And this is some of his work. It may not be everybody's cup of tea, but the man is a star. And while he is legal, he wants legalization of marijuana, but he would not expose his children. That's 2Chainz on Jessie J's song Burning Up with 2Chainz from Republic Records. Okay, you keep saying I'm showing one video, but I want you to look at this. This is a guy named Melvin Blevins. Let's see the video, Liz, please, where he goes and he pawns his camcorder. And let me show you. Look. Look. This is what they find on his camcorder. Check it out. That's him forcing his 2-year-old to smoke pot.
Well, I got something for you.
So it's not just one.
I got something for you. I got something for you, Nancy. Let me tell you now.
I'm ready.
I'm from the urban community. I'm from the inner city, and pawn shops are associated with a drug known as crack. Most of the time when people pawn things, it's not to buy a sack of marijuana. It's to feed a high that's much more strenuous than a strain of weed. So I feel like that person was probably had a problem deeper than weed.
Okay.
And that's a problem there, but maybe they was high on crack when they was doing that footage right there.
Well, I know this. They were high on weed. I know that.
I know
and when they searched the man's home, they didn't find crack. They didn't find heroin.
Because he couldn't afford it. He'd been pawning it.
Okay. Do you have a hair of evidence that says that man who was pled guilty on these charges had a crack problem? No. Yeah. You're just like pulling that out of the air because you know somebody that pawned something to get crack. All right.
You said he has a weed problem?
Yes. Yes, he did.
Did you see him smoking weed? Let's go to you know you good. Did you see him smoking weed on that? Let's pull the footage back up. Call him up.
Yeah,
let's
go right ahead, my man. Let's roll the video.
Who was actually shooting this? Let's go to court. Who was actually holding the camera?
That I don't know, but I see him forcing his baby to smoke pot.
Are you sure it's him forcing the baby?
Yes.
You know it's not a babysitter? Maybe it's a babysitter. Maybe it's an uncle. Maybe it's a brother.
I see his hand. And what you're doing right now, you're running all around me to try. It's too late. He's already pled guilty. Reasonable doubt is over in this case. I would have took it to trial,
but, you know, I would have took it to trial.
Okay, there he is, smoking pot. There he is. And there he is, giving the kid pot. So my point to you is, you say that there are reasonable people that can smoke pot, use pot, and they won't involve their children. Nobody else is going to get hurt. But what about these people? That's what makes me keep arguing about this, 2Chainz. People like this guy, Melvin Blevins.
It's the same thing we talked about earlier, darling, with the legalization of alcohol. You will find some footage like this, but everybody is not doing this. Everybody won't be. Some people actually love their child. Some people know that this is obviously wrong. So this is nothing to really argue about. These people are imbeciles. Okay. You can't use this case to define the whole community.
I got a problem. As successful as you are, as rich as you are, as famous as you are, with this. Smoking California weed with California whores. Excuse me. True. I left that one out. Smoking California weed with California hoes. True. My weed's so loud, everybody listen. I'm so high like an addict. Good weed, bad bitch. All right, you know what? I bet if somebody taught about your girls like this, you'd jerk a knot in their neck.
Yeah, but we're talking about recreational use of marijuana. What are we talking about, Nancy?
What I'm saying is your lyrics. Your
My
lyrics
lyrics pay the bills.
support
Love is real
people
life. You know, so you want me to talk
use
about
pot.
what you want me to talk about? Drinking and driving? What you want me to
No.
talk about?
Legalization
Coffee?
of marijuana. Legalization of marijuana. I'll get you on coffee later. All right?
We'll have a cup later.
Yeah, you know what?
French
Decaf
vanilla.
for you. Decaf for you, my man. All right, let's take a look at some of 2Chainz lyrics. Let's see him performing now.
4 doors. From the corner store to the corridor. Me and my homie on the dance floor. White girl in the middle looking like an Oreo. 245 with it burn up. Turn up for what? Turn up. Must ain't learn up back in the day. You should damn burn up.
Think fixing your windshield is a big hassle? Not with Safe Life.
And on a new set.
Garcia's
On match.
3 times just.
for
Marijuana aficionados across the world demanding that in the U.S., pot be legalized. I want to show you a video of teachers that actually give children pot in their home. Busted a school teacher and her husband in their home encouraging children to smoke pot. All right, those are the allegations. Let me go to you, Justin Fryman. What happened in that?
Nancy, according to police, they actually got tips from parents that this teacher was allegedly allowing teens to come to her home to party, and by party I mean with some marijuana.
Okay, Alicia lawyers Diana Eisman and Patrick McDonough. Okay, Diana, give me one reason that's right.
Honestly, from what I understand, some of the kids were family members, and maybe they were just trying to provide a safe place for these children to basically experiment with drugs.
Really? If some were family members, what about the others?
Wait, let's be clear. They have a tip here that there might have been party on. All they have found so far, the only evidence that has been released is that there were 2 people that were family members, and then there was some marijuana found. We're making a big jump that these people are providing marijuana or that they are doing anything illegal other than possessing marijuana themselves. This is illegal.
So, smoking pot with your children and possibly students there, you don't see a problem with that,
Yeah, there's no evidence of that. What I'm telling you is the police showed up and there were 2 people there that were relatives that were not smoking pot. Then they did find pot, and then they put this sensational story together for you. But there's no evidence of that.
Oh, okay, so you're saying that the police put the story together for me.
They often do,
That
Nancy.
the parents made reports that they think that their kids may have been smoking marijuana with these teachers when there's no actual evidence to back that up.
There's a tip.
That's
So
We're based on a tip.
you 2 think that the kids, the children, would tell their parents that and make it all up. Is that your premise? That the
No.
children are lying?
No, my premise is there was a different parent, a kid that said, hey, this is what they're doing over there. The police show up. There are 2 17-year-olds that are relatives that there's no evidence they were smoking marijuana. They did find marijuana in the house, so they put this kind of link together and said they were providing this to them. But there's really no evidence of that.
Also accused tonight, a mother and friends giving a 2-year-old daughter pot. I'm talking about Crystal Weber out of Wisconsin. Now, with me is Norm Kent and Brad Lamb. Also with me, 2Chainz, renowned rapper. Okay, you keep saying that you're seeing the same kid. Take a look at this screen. Look at that. I've shown you, I don't know how many children the parents are giving pot, 2Chainz. And I mean, at some point, my stars, man, you graduated with a 4.0.
They're doing this.
You're a millionaire. You're successful. You're at the top. At some point, you got to
You ain't
look in
lied
the mirror
yet. You
and
ain't
say,
told no lie
this is
yet.
wrong.
No, I admit that it's wrong, but it's wrong if it was legal, if it was illegal. Giving your kid drugs is just wrong. We know that. You don't have to be a genius. You don't have to graduate from school. You don't have to be a successful artist or entertainer to know that giving any child, not just your child, drugs is wrong, Nancy. You know that. I'm not going to argue with that.
That's why I'm saying, why would you even argue that it's legal? And
I argue that it should be legal because we need some kind of revenue boost. I argue that it should be legal.
Your kids are going to be so confused growing up hearing you say the kind of lyrics, the kind of raps that you do, and the way that you make this lifestyle look really, really amazing. Your kids, I bet, are going to be so confused.
I doubt they'd be confused. I expose my kids to a lot of things. They don't have to listen to my music, but my kids are in a great place right now, and I don't feel like they'll be confused.
Do as I say, not
I
as I
honestly
do.
feel like with the relationship that I have with my kids, is better than a relationship that I can even say, I don't know what you have going on in your life and you need to start trying to critique mine, but what's going on in my life is that I have a perfect relationship with my daughters. I will always be there for them, not just for drug use, for other things that they need to go moving forward in this day's society.
Okay, Norm Kent.
No.
Yeah, I think it's outrageous for Brad to presume how 2Chainz
make your
is going
point
to raise
and
his
don't
children.
pick on him. Try to make your own point.
Yeah. Well, I can make my own point.
Let's hear it, man.
2Chainz children are going to grow up in a world where people use marijuana responsibly, where they don't go to jail unjustly, where cannabis consumers are going to be lawfully protected, where government revenues are going to be remarkably enhanced, and we're all going to be a lot better off because free speech, marijuana smokers are coming out of the closet like gay people, and it's about time they have.
And the way
and help people with chronic constipation.
I'll reveal one of the winners here on the show tomorrow night. All you legal eagles, you've got 24 hours. Go. Guess what? You can watch Nancy Grace live now on your mobile device. Go to your app store, download HLN to go to get the Nancy Grace live broadcast wherever you go. Live, St. Petersburg. When his ex